Judge, which, as many of you know, is comprised of Hazel Park, Ferndale, and Madison Heights. Judge Agnello was in fact born in a house built by his father in Hazel Park. He went to Martin Road, now Lee Clark, Lacey Schools, and St. Mary Magellan, and graduated from Hazel Park High School. He attended Central Michigan University and Valparaiso University and received his law degree from the University of Detroit. He too is a veteran of World War II, having served in the Army Air Force.
Next up is our mayor and city council. Our mayor is riding a four-wheeler. He has a bad back, that's why he's riding that right now. And also Mayor Pro Tem Ben Colley, Patricia Turner, councilwoman, Tom Selman, councilman, and also Dan Bean, councilman.
They look like they have a pocket full of candy.
Yes, they are. They're giving candy out to all the kids.
Always prepared.
Next up, matter of fact, it was Wednesday. Thursday night, actually, it started off the Memorial Weekend as our Miss Hazel Park and also Junior Miss Hazel Park.
Aren't they lovely?
It was quite an event. They performed for us, and I believe Miss Hazel Park is Miss Hazel Park is Jennifer Legree, and also Miss Junior Miss is Anna LaFontaine.
And they're being escorted and driven in a 1979 white Fleetwood formal limousine. Sponsored and provided by Classic Limousine.
Yeah.
They've been in business for 6 months and apparently have taken 3 trophies. They do all occasions at reasonable prices. Sounds like we're getting another flyby.
We're having a flyby, yes.
Hi, ladies. The Hazel Heroes.
The Hazel's Heroes is really quite a program. It's throughout the school district. Every month, each school sends over 4 or 5 students that have done good deeds throughout that month. Whether they've turned in money or done good deeds for their teachers or for the principal or for the actual school district.
I think that's
and
wonderful.
They're honored by that.
I think that's wonderful that they're acknowledged.
They're also co-sponsored by the Hazel Park Lions Club along with the school district.
Our leaders of tomorrow,
yes.
Acknowledged today.
And here's our Hazel Park Board of Education. We have the president is Ken Nash, who's not here today, and we also have Monica Crawford, Clint Atkins, Rick Nagy, Robert Scott, and also Harold Brenheiser.
Behind our school board, dressed in his kilt, is our Commissioner, Roel McPherson.
We also have representing Hooligans, which is right down on 8 Mile, which is the address is 20940 John R. They're in there with the owner, which is Rick Jervis, and also Rochelle.
There's probably a few folks down there enjoying a Bloody Mary this morning.
Yes.
Folks, enjoy your holiday season, but please do not drink and drive. I know we have the Hazel Park Lions have a beer tent over at the Green Acres Park. We invite you to enjoy, partake, but please don't drink and drive. The Hazel
this
Park.
Is the Hazel Park Marching Band.
Holy cow.
And as a matter of fact, this trailer that you're seeing they've had fundraisers and raised money throughout the last few years so they can pass out their instruments and carry them around to different competitions. And the director is Jeff McCoy. Associate Director is Daniel Blessing. Flat Chorus Director is Denise McCoy. And also Vicat Director is Flo Cracchiola.
And before us now is the precision dance team of the Hazel Park High Viquettes.
They've entered quite a few different competitions throughout the year. They practice, I don't know, from 5, 6, sometimes 6 o'clock in the morning. They get ready for the competitions and also to be involved with the band throughout their competitions.
Apparently the oldest and continuous dance team in Michigan.
Yes. Judge, they're going to actually do a little performance for us right now. They're going to play probably a choice song.
This is unmistakably the Hazel Park Viking Marching Band.
Yeah.
Now let you highlight for the folks there.
Now the Hazel Park High School Viking Marching Band. They have quite a few accomplishments. They participate, of course, annually in the Hazel Park Memorial Day Parade. They took first place at the Hamtramck Labor Day Parade in 1989, 1991, and also in 1993. They were also the presidential band in the Hamtramck Labor Day Parade in 1992, which was really quite an honor. They served as the official band for President George Bush. Their vision ratings in the District 16, on October 15th, that was the first time competing in any type of marching festival, and they finished first in that. Right now, we're gonna listen to we're gonna be listening to a choice selection from the Hazel Park.
Let's see what they have in their extensive repertoire. We have our future band leader on the northbound curb lane of John R.
Isn't that cute, the little boy? Again, that is the Viking Marching Band. Also, they placed second in the division in the band festival in 1991 and 93. Second place in Livonia at the MCBA competition on October 9, 1994. They also participated at the Holland Tool Festival in 87, 89, and also 92.
Certainly a good sound.
They're one of the top-rated bands in the state.
It looks like they have the flag corps behind them.
I see these young ladies every morning practicing outside and throughout the week. There's quite a talent that goes into the flag corps.
Their uniforms look nice, don't they? More candy.
This is the Hazel Park Community Schools Band Boosters. Now, these are parents of the high school band members. Their president is Gary Allen, and vice president is Neva Yankoff. Mary Reitz is the treasurer. Marilyn Hart is the recording secretary, and Bev Allen is the corresponding secretary.
We have Vicki Levin here on behalf of her husband, representing Congressman Sander Levin. She looks a little bit more comfortable than we do. We should have brought her.
Yeah. Next up is the Beecher Junior High School
Marching Band.
They're the Spartan Marching Band, is their
Under the
nickname.
direction of Mr. Dan Blessing, the drum major, Kathy Shepherdson. The Marching Spartans Band is created by combining all three of the Beecher's bands into one for the parade. The Beecher Band has a performance scheduled for June 15th of 1995 in Cedar Point. Think they'll have time to go on some rides, Ken?
Yeah, I believe so. Really actually one of the finest band programs. Actually, they start off in actually grade school, and they then from that point on come up in the two junior highs. We have some real fine directors that prepare these youngsters for the high school and for the biker band. That's why they're so highly rated throughout Michigan.
Let's give a listen. So well done.
Very. Beecher Junior High School Spartan Marching Band. This, of course, is being broadcast live. Hazel Park was one of the very first cities to broadcast the Memorial Day Parade live. Matter of fact, they're under direction this year. The coordinator is Ron Alesky. Today, actually, Ron is on camera along with Larry Smith. They've both been involved with Continental City Vision for the last 5-6 years. Directing the show is Darren Fox.
It's a pleasure being here with you today, Ken.
Well, thank you. Pleasure being here with you, Judge.
Don't forget to buy your flags. There's quite a few representatives and members of Kiwanis walking up and down John R. wanting to sell you a flag. Clarke School Pack 1307 Cub Scouts. They range from 1st through 5th grade. Most of them apparently attend Leo Clark and Roosevelt Grade School. Pack 1307 Cub Scouts.
This is a Pontiac, 1980 Pontiac Trans Am. I believe it's one of the first ones. It's an all-factory production.
Yeah, it is a nice-looking vehicle. It looks like one of the ones that Burt Reynolds drove in that movie.
Yeah, wasn't there a movie?
He had several of them. Dom DeLuise.
Yeah.
We're drawing a blank.
I know. I can't believe I can't. Smokey and the Bandit.
Smokey and the Bandit. There you go. I think that's Smokey in the passenger seat.
Next up is
the Ford School.
They're probably not in your view
Story
yet.
hour.
Yeah. They're just about.
There they are.
They're just about in camera view right now.
It's a group for 3 and 4-year-olds that meets twice a week. Helps the children with their accounting, ABCs, and it's a preparation for kindergarten.
Yeah. Very important. Start kids off at a very young age.
Ensure success in later years.
Yes.
Look look at these soccer players converging upon us also.
As you can see, it's a lot of red, white, and blue today, and also our theme, of course, is liberty and justice for all.
You know, soccer has grown in this country leaps and bounds.
I like the Ford School story. I'm going to do a little performance.
Twinkle, twinkle, little star. I don't know who the choreographer was there, but well done.
Very well done.
Probably the fastest growing sport in the country, including our South Oakland area, is the soccer. And this whole soccer program is represented today by the Hazel Park Youth Soccer Association. That program focuses on grades kindergarten through 6th grade, boys and girls. I know Mr. McBurnell is raising funds to build its dream field for soccer. So in all communities throughout South Oakland County, it's becoming very popular.
Did you ever play soccer?
I never did. When I was growing up, we had the traditional sports of baseball, football, soccer, especially for schools. For parents, it's less expensive to equip of any of the pair of spikes and a pair of shorts.
A Roosevelt, I believe, cheerleaders.
Let's see if we can find them.
These are the
Yes.
Roosevelt cheerleaders.
It's the Tiger cheerleaders. Very well done.
Yeah.
I think we're going to anticipate the future Miss Hazel Park out
There
of
you
that
go.
group.
And future cheerleaders. Of
Future
course, there
cheerleaders.
again, they have cheerleaders right from grade school all the way through junior high and also into high school.
Good job, ladies.
Next up is our Alhambra.
The Order of Alhambra, a men's precision drill team. They're sponsored and predominantly organized to help, I should say, help sponsor the mentally handicapped children. If I'm not mistaken, I think it's analogous, it's a Catholic organization, analogous to the Shriners.
Oh.
Though I'm not absolutely certain.
They're normally here every year. They do quite a marching.
Colorful dress.
Yes, they are.
Their leader chanting cadence. They each have their Ginsu knife.
They're going to do a little bit of a performance for us here, it looks like.
That appears to be the Dyer family.
Yes.
It's the homeschooling family's theme is the America's pledge, protecting liberty and freedom. B, Cub Scouts, boys. Webster Elementary is the charter organization. The first graders are the Wolf, the first and second graders, the Bears being third graders, and the Weeblos, the fourth grade boys. A vintage Model T, I believe. Losing steam. Get the crankshaft out. There you go. Fuel injected, I suppose. Looks like a convertible, too. Next up is the United Oak Eagles Cheerleaders under the direction of Diana Sanum. There's Diana. Those girls put their heart and soul in that routine.
Yes, they did.
United Oak Eagles Cheerleaders.
They're under direction by Diana Swanson. Well, this is one of our first floats.
And it sure is colorful. The Hazel Park Elementary Basketball Association. Parent volunteer basketball league for all children ages 4 through 6 at all elementary schools in the city of Hazel Park. Primarily, it's a non-profit organization for educating boys and girls in basic skills of basketball, good sportsmanship, confidence, and self-esteem.
And this is the entire league, I believe, right behind it.
That float was designed and constructed by volunteers, elementary school students. They're going to wave to us all now.
Yeah. I believe every one of the grade schools do have a basketball team. They're from Clarke to Longfellow, to Webster, Ford School, Roosevelt.
Behind the basketball players are the football players from the Hazel Park Raiders Little League football team. If interested, registration is June 3rd. Contact the Recreation Department from 10 o'clock till 3.
And also the Raider cheerleaders. Anyone interested, ages 8 through 13, for cheering for the Hazel Park Raider football team, please contact Diana Swanson.
Looks like Sanum.
Sanum.
S-A-N-O-M.
And you can write this number down at 543-8853. Contact her.
We apologize, Diana. We were having a hard time reading that the way it was printed out.
He already went by. Next up is the Mobile Communications Support Unit. This volunteer group, it started in 1967. They work with the police department using their CBs. Their flags represent our country, our state and city, and our armed forces. Our Eagle and Liberty Bell represent liberty, and our Statue of Liberty represents liberty and justice, and all our scales of justice representing justice. This song is being sung by Ronnie Bell. He always sings this song and also writes his own music for this for the parade and also for the memorial services. Those of you that don't know this, but there's a memorial services for our veterans and Vietnam veterans will be at Green Acres Park at 12 o'clock.
America's pledge, liberty and justice for all and for all.
This song was especially written for today's parade. Our theme, of course, is liberty and justice for all.
Many sacrifices made in the name of liberty and justice. Justice being the profession I'm involved in on a daily basis. So I appreciate the sacrifices that our veterans have made throughout the years, and I salute them.
Of 1776, put together by heroes bit by bit, a nation filled with love and pride, a nation filled with God on its side, liberty and justice for all and for all, a land that is free, liberty and justice for all, from sea to shining sea, oh beautiful for spacious skies, forever waves of grace.
Once again, this song was composed by Ronnie Bell.
The Mobile Communications Support Unit number 34.
As you hear in the background,
The vintage fire truck is
that's the Hazel Park Block Club. This fire engine, this unit is sponsored by the Baldwin Park and Hazel Park Block Club Network. The vehicle is a 1947 Chevy General Fire Truck. It's from Ruth, Michigan, which is located in Sherman Township.
conspicuously displayed on the side of the truck. A 1951 Ford Original, owned by Bill Hart. Off green in color.
Yes.
Mint condition, huh, Ken?
Yes, it is. A lot of work in storing these vehicles.
Sport.
As a matter of fact, they're going to be having a car show right over there on the ball diamond on number 1 in Green Acres Park today.
I'll bet you there'll be some beautiful automobiles. Did you notice that the windshield was split? Not in terms of crack, but in terms of design. The 1994 Dingo Go-Kart. That unit has a 9-horse motor, electric start headlight and taillights, also equipped with disc brakes, I might add. Will run up to 45 miles per hour and will tow up to 500 pounds.
Well, this is quite a float that we have coming up here. It's not a float, but they've really done a fine job decorating their bus. It's the Faith Temple Church of God. Faith Temple Church of God and Temple Christian Academy. Grades K-12. And of course the theme is America's Pledge, liberty and justice for all.
You have a gentleman there carrying the scales of justice. and the flag bearers.
Once again, Memorial Weekend, which started Thursday, there's quite a few events going on all weekend long. A lot of different service clubs are also involved in the weekend. For instance, the Hazel Park Lions Club is sponsoring a refreshment tent. Of course, all the money that is raised through this weekend is donated actually right back into the city for people who cannot afford glasses, and also for leader dogs for the blind. Also, I don't know if you've seen in the paper, we did a ramp, Keith, that we actually had a company, which is Rick Chapman and his company, donated their time to do this.
That is wonderful. The Head Start children are wearing T-shirts with, of course, the appropriate colors, red, white, and blue, with the National Head Start emblem affixed upon them. Head Start has been in the Hazel Park district for over 20 years. The banner that they are carrying shows that Head Start is now in its 30th year, and Head Start across the nation are celebrating their 30th year as well.
Other clubs involved with the weekend is our newly formed club, which is the Hazel Park Optimist Club, and they're going to be putting on events all day today for the families and their kids.
Very new. Our newest addition to our service organizations in the city of Hazel Park.
And they're basically for the youth, for all the kids in the community that do good things.
The Clarke Cheerleaders have descended upon us, 24 girls from grades 4 through 6. They cheer at all the home basketball games and perform for parents and families at Fun Night. Think we're going to get a routine, Ken?
I think we might.
Perhaps not.
Yes, they are.
They wouldn't let us down. That's different. A cheer for America.
Yeah, very good.
In addition to our veterans here on Memorial Day, please also don't forget and remember the victims of the Oklahoma bombing. I'd like to thank my security officer, Roy Dickens, for bringing us coffee.
Yes.
That'll warm things up. Also present here this afternoon is the District Court Magistrate, James Patterson.
The car that you see going by right now is a 1963 Chevy Impala Super Sport. It's owned by Tom Sylvester.
I'll bet you that one will be cruising Woodward in that upcoming event, Ken.
Yes.
And now we have the Webb Junior High School Warrior Marching Band. Comprised of 3 bands. They rehearsed together a few days prior to this parade. Well, they sound awfully good.
Your band director, of course, is Ron Gebhardt.
Hazel Park Democratic Club precedes the band.
This club's been active for over 12 years. The chairperson is Gloria Engelhardt. The first vice chair is Heather McPherson. They meet every fourth Thursday of the month. Of course, this is the home of Wilton County Commissioner Rule McPherson. Got a couple of seconds here before the four cheerleaders get down here. I don't know, a lot of people don't know this, but you're also a Hazel Park Lion for the last couple of years, and of course, a lot of community people, a lot of people want to put back into the community, like the Hazel Park Lions, like the Kiwanis Club, like now the newly formed Optimist Club. And I know I'm probably forgetting a couple other ones, JC's. There's quite a few other service clubs throughout town that a lot of people put a lot of volunteer time in.
And we would invite those watching and listening today to inquire. Become a member.
Of course, this is the...
More cheerleaders.
Yes, the
Fifth grade.
Right.
Coached by Kathy Heatherly, assistant Tammy Nell, and Debbie Whisker. These girls have worked very hard and show great personship. I don't think
showmanship and pride for Ford Elementary. Well, you know, most of these girls are in their second year of cheerleading.
And let's listen to their routine. The purple ribbons that they are wearing are for the children who died in the Oklahoma bombing. Look at the smiles on their faces.
Yeah.
Eager and energetic. This must be the cheerleader mime routine.
I tell you what, this is pretty good for not having any type of music or anything to follow along. They're doing a great job.
Apparently they do have some music down there, but it's not audible to our listening.
Very nice.
Very nice. This group would like to thank their coach, for this is her last year and she will certainly be sorely missed.
Kathy Heatherly.
The Community Living Center of Hazel Park The residents of this Hazel Park group, home of St. Justin Convent, employed by the Jewish Vocational Services and New Horizons in various community businesses.
And then next up is the Ford School Odyssey of the Mind competition team. This is the Ford School Odyssey of the Mind competition team. This is the first team ever to participate in competition from Hazel Park. This program promotes thinking of developing creative problem-solving skills. These kids are devoted in many hours and work as the team placed 4th out of 19 teams.
Congratulations to them. It's always a candy scramble, isn't it?
Yes, it is.
I remember when I walked this parade last year, you couldn't carry enough.
This is a 1963 Chevy Impala. Of course, they'll probably all be down in the car show.
The Hazel Park Neighborhood Initiative. People walking with the banner. Community-based grassroots organization committed to housing rehabilitation, neighborhood beautification, and block club involvement with the assistance of federal, state, county, and private funding. The Hazel Park Recreation Pom-Pom Squad, Ken.
Yes, it's a group of 20 dancers under the instruction of Valerie Hostas.
Pom-poms are always an additional, colorful addition to any parade.
Yes.
Another hot rod, huh?
Next up, this is Ray and Kathy Cook. It's a 1966 red Super Sport Chevelle. It's a two-door, and it's owned by, of course, again, Ray and Kathy Cook.
Cruising Woodward is an event that's coming up, I believe, this summer.
Is that right? What is exactly kind of event is that?
It's taking folks back to the nostalgic 50s, 60s, and 70s. They're going to have car shows. Communities along Woodward Avenue, including Ferndale, Royal Oak, Birmingham, will be having special events in their respective cities to commemorate that event. Hazel Park residents are certainly encouraged, and we look forward to seeing you on the strip.
Next up is the Continental Cablevision. Matter of fact, they brought with them today from the Nickelodeon Eureka's Castle is Magellan.
Another vintage fire truck. And who do we have on that fire truck, Ken?
This is the Friends of the Library. This unit is sponsored, of course, by them from the Hazel Park Memorial Library. This vehicle is a 1959 Maxim. It was used by volunteer firemen in the state of New York.
The fire... The fire unit following closely behind is one also sponsored by the Friends of the Hazel Park Memorial Library. and it's being used by the preschool story Our Children. The vehicle is a 1946 American La France fire truck, and it's from Madison Heights, Michigan. The Hazel Park Senior Van.